listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.
I'm Hattie, and I'm here at the Mountain Lion Studio with Denise Green from Carlsbad Main Street, and we're here to talk about everything cool.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. I'm really excited, actually. Now, we spoke before, as you just reminded me, when we were at the Creative Con in Carlsbad. And full circle, I just attended the final one of that series in Albuquerque last weekend, which was super fun.
I'm so glad that you got to go to that. I wish I could have made it.
It was great. I was actually in town already for the New Mexico Broadcasters Association annual meeting and awards gala. And so since I was going to be there, I was like, hey, look, this is happening on Saturday. I should go to this too. And it's like, absolutely, you should. Especially because, we have a very robust creative industry. And in the not only the state, but also in our area. And it's really important. In fact, why don't we start there? So our quote unquote farmers market is really a farmers and makers market.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me a little bit about that and when we're holding them, because the schedule's changed a little this year, which is exciting.
Yes. So our first session ended at the beginning of this month, and we are taking a 3-week break just because CavernFest is this weekend, just to get our...
Which we'll also talk about.
Oh, definitely. And we are moving the farmers markets starting June 27th to the Halagüeño Arts Park, which is by the museum and library, which I know you've been to a few events over there recently.
Absolutely.
We are moving that because we used the courthouse lawn, same thing with CavernFest, and we are going to be utilizing that space all the way through October. Typically, the Farmers and Makers Market, we had multiple sessions, and this year we decided to do just 2 and 1 very long session. So from June to October, we'll be doing sessions at the Halagüeño Arts Park. We will do all Saturday markets every Saturday except for the 3rd week of the month. The 3rd week, we will do a Thursday evening market instead of a Saturday morning.
Fine.
Yeah, we're very excited, and we're very happy with the vendors that have been coming to the market so far, and we hope to get more through the rest of the session.
And sorry about that. Carlsbad Main Street hosts the farmers market and the CavernFest.
Yes.
And it's generally the idea, I think, of CavernFest is to bring people to the city to see all those great vendors. Mm-hmm. And so they're not going to be in their normal stores. So instead, they're going to be all set up at the beach this year. Is that correct?
We have some of our merchants. So the store owners that are in our district, we call them merchants. So some of our merchants are coming down to the beach area and setting up, and there are some that won't. We bring vendors down into Carlsbad because they have a whole different set of people that go and see them. Right. And that is one of the other reasons why we invite our outside vendors to come to CavernFest. And a lot of people don't know, but CavernFest is a fundraiser for us.
Nice.
It's a free community event. However, it is to bring people down into our district, to bring them to Carlsbad, but also to help raise funds to be able to give back to our merchants. We give facade grants. So a facade grant is to help the store owners recreate or beautify their storefronts. That could be new window, a new sign, decals on the windows, anything to enhance their storefront. And it could even be used for the back of the building as well, murals, whatever they wanted to use. So nice. We do a grant that is, I can't think of the word right now, but it's they pay for it and then we give it back. Mm-hmm. So they apply for the grant. If we make enough funds, we're hoping that this year we're able to give every single applicant a grant to help fund some of their facade improvements. In the future, we're hoping that we're able to give more to our merchants, because that's our goal. Is we want to help the merchants in our district. We want them to succeed. If they succeed, we do. We're a nonprofit that's there to help all of the merchants within the district and create this area where it's a lively downtown. People want to stay, not just drive right through it.
Right.
People think of Carlsbad, they always think of just the caverns, and that's not all we are.
No.
There's so much more to Carlsbad and the history of Carlsbad and the surrounding areas. It's just beautiful. And some of the buildings downtown, the history behind those buildings it needs to be known. And so that's why we also have the Neon Alley project that we're going to be working on. I don't know if you know about that one yet, but we had received a grant from the creative industries to work on this project, which will be in the alleyway that is right between Canyon and Canal and Fox and Mermod. So
downtown.
Yep, right there in front of the courthouse. I think Milton's is on it. Yeah, Milton's is on one side, and then there's a law office, and then on the other end by Fox Street, it's Western Commerce and Lucky Bowl.
Right.
So we're only doing a portion of the alley first, and that's going to be the front portion by Milton's. So we'll have murals. We're going to start putting out RFPs for muralists. So definitely keep a lookout for that. And the whole point of the Neon Alley is to integrate the neon paint, neon LED signs. I'm hoping to work with different community members and other organizations to make this happen. And of course, the building owners, right? These are private owned buildings, and they have been so great to allow us to just be creative in the downtown area. And what I want to do with that project is it's not just going to be art, but it's also going to be history. Some of the murals will tell a story, and we'll be able to have QR codes. People can click on the QR codes and it will tell them the history of what that mural is representing.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully that becomes another area to draw people to downtown. And with us
really
getting noisy water downtown.
I saw the banner. Very exciting.
Yes. It is so exciting. There is a lot of good things coming for our downtown area, and with the addition of the theater. So we just have a lot going on, and there's a bright future for us.
I love how you have been theming speaking of the theater, the movies with the events happening. Like you showed American Graffiti for the first night of Rumble on the Pecos.
Yes.
I loved that. That was
really actually
good.
a partnership with the Chamber of Commerce. They actually reached out to us and had that idea, and we were, let's roll with it. Let's do this. It just worked out perfectly. And we had some weather that we were concerned about, but it really played right into Rumble on the Pecos. If you saw some of their marketing posters that they had around town, it actually had weather, the clouds, it had lightning. It just worked out perfectly. You were standing out in front of the theater and you saw the clouds and the thunder. And while the movie was playing, it started to pour outside. It was just beautiful. It was perfect.
That's so great. I was sad to miss it, but we were in Albuquerque for the Broadcasters Association meeting and the Creative Con, which was super cool. But I just love that you do that. And then you have the cultural events. I've seen multiple cultural events happening in the evenings, like on a weeknight or an off movie night. And I think that's really great. I love the restoration of these old theaters. I actually, as I was telling you how I came here for a couple of years before we moved here, and I would check in on the progress of the build on the theater, on the rebuild, because I was just like, oh, is it done yet? Can we see a movie yet? And I was so excited when I got my friend to take me on the Rotary tour so that I could see it before it opened. Because I was like, I have to see the inside.
I know. I remember meeting you and your son. I think it was one of the first movies, and and then I remember Planet of the Apes. That was one that'll stick with me forever. That was a great experience, and your son's just so lively. But he's so funny now because when we go in to see a movie, he's like, I'm here to see another inappropriate movie. It's not inappropriate, and it could be any movie, but that's just a staple. Now we know each other that way.
Exactly. And I was able to take home the poster that night, so I have the poster from when we took him to see it, and I just love that so much. Yeah, exactly.
We have a lot of things coming up. And we just hired a new theater manager. His
Oh,
name
yay.
is Brian Decker. He's been doing great. I mean, we have rentals coming up. We have people wanting to bring things to the theater, and it's just going to be great in our area. We have the Tabernacle Choir, which is one of the oldest choirs.
Yeah.
They are going to stream one of their performances at the theater the end of this month.
Oh, that's so
that'll be
cool.
a free community event that the local church, one of the local churches, is renting the theater to make that a free event. So that'll be super neat.
Thank you to that church. That'll be amazing.
It's just, that's what that space is supposed to be used for. We have some comedians lined up. This Thursday, the Carlsbad Library is hosting what is her name? It's a ventriloquist, which is also going to be a free event for the community. And so we're just super lucky to have the partnerships that we have and
great.
The staff that we have that's putting in the work. Me personally, I understand. I was there. That's where I started at the theater and making those connections. I mean, the community has just been so good to us, and we're really looking forward to all the things that we have coming up and the future of the theater as well.
I love that. And did I see that you were hiring somebody else to work at the theater as well?
We are. We have a part-time position open. It's 10 to 20 hours a week, $17 an hour. They would definitely be helping with the movies, as well as cleaning up, stocking, getting the theater ready for events, and then working some of those events as well.
Yeah, that's great. So right there, people, opportunity right downtown in the coolest theater.
Definitely. I mean, it's a different experience, and if you're looking for a job, please reach out to Carlsbad Main Street or send an email to carlsbadcaverntheater@gmail.com, and we would love to talk to you.
I love that. That's so great. All right. But we have the big event coming this weekend, and we should probably spend a lot of time on it. So I'm very excited for CavernFest. It's at the beach this year.
Yes.
Okay. Because we all know that the facade work is supposed to happen at some point. And so you're holding it down there. And then there'll be some country music acts, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And so it starts Friday night.
Yes, ma'am. We have a local band and a young girl who is going to be singing Friday during the early hours of the day. And then we have another local band, Charlie and the Rangers. They are going to play at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Should have brought the schedule. And this week, this week is crazy. It'll be going out on social media. If you look at the CavernFest Facebook page, we have all of the schedules coming out all throughout this week. There'll be different information coming out so people can get in the know of what's going to be happening down at the beach. And then we have, starting at 6 p.m. on the main stage, we'll have some of our out-of-town bands coming in. We have Zach Wilkerson. He's going to be starting it off on the main stage as a solo act. And then we have Slade Coulter. I have actually seen him in Roswell. He's pretty cool. And then our headliner for that night, which will start at 8:30, is Ray Lynn. She has some great music. She's been touring around with a big name. And she's coming down to our neck of the woods, which we are so grateful for. The bands that we could get to come to our area. It's so neat because we're in such a unique area.
Yeah.
Everyone has to travel. They have to go to El Paso, go to Lubbock, and this is just a way for the community and people that may not ever get to go to a concert to experience something for free every year. So this is our 9th one.
Amazing.
Next year will be our 10th anniversary. So we are super excited. Saturday this year, we have on the main stage, we have Zaki. He actually was here last year. He's from Las Cruces.
Nice.
I have a really cool memory with him from the farmers markets in Las Cruces when I was in college. I remember seeing him standing on the side with just his microphone, speaker, and a guitar and a hat on the ground. And now he's traveling around with a band singing, and it's just a really full circle for me.
Yeah.
experience.
It's great to see people grow like that.
It is. And then we have Gannon Freeman and the CC Revs. They're coming and they'll be opening up for Easton. Easton Corbin is our headliner for Saturday, and he also will start at 8:30.
Most excellent.
Yes, we're very excited. We have some of our merchants coming down there. We'll have the Chamber of Commerce. They'll have their train out that they've gotten from Permian Resources, which is also one of our sponsors. We're really lucky with the sponsors that we've had. Chevron has been a sponsor, the title sponsor for us for a few years now, and they're just great. And this year we also have Bad Bass Barbecue. They are sponsoring our stage. That we're calling them the big stage sponsor, and they've been a vendor with us for years as well.
Oh, that's great.
We're very lucky to have the people that we have. And of course, our partners with the city and the county. Really, Main Street, we couldn't do it without them.
Right.
All of these people that have been supportive to our organization, there would be no way that we could do an event like this if we didn't have the support we have.
And that, I think, is a call to action for us to see how we can be involved in our community to help support these great things, because it enables us to have, more than the everyday stuff, right? When we come together and we work together to bring about these amazing events.
Volunteers, right? Volunteers is something that a lot of our nonprofits and even our bigger organizations, they need them.
Absolutely.
I grew up volunteering. My mom was in Altrusa Club, and
oh, that's great.
I grew up going to Assistance League, and now I'm a part of the Assistance League here in Carlsbad. But again, the work that we do, we couldn't do without volunteers, right?
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to volunteer, give us a call. We're still looking for some volunteers to help us this weekend. We want volunteers for the theater, volunteers for the farmers market. So there's endless opportunities with Carlsbad Main Street for volunteers. We just have a lot of things going on, and the fall festival coming up as well. So there's so many opportunities for people to volunteer with us, and we're very welcoming. Anyone that wants to come, you give us a call and we'll put you to work.
I love that. So with the new venue down on the beach, is Milton's doing like a mobile setup?
Yeah, so we have both of our vendors actually are going to be down there. The two alcohol vendors that we have in the district, Noisy Water and Milton's, both will be there.
Okay.
They will be setting up in a beer garden
Nice.
near the stage. So you'll get to see both of our local vendors down at the beach area, and hopefully Noisy Water will open up their storefront soon. They're doing some construction right now and working with permitting and getting all that stuff done. So, as soon as they get that stuff done, we'll be having a downtown event for them.
Absolutely. Got to have an opening.
Definitely.
Somebody's got to cut a ribbon.
Yep. We'll be getting with the Chamber of Commerce and getting that ribbon cutting scheduled, and we'll do something for them for Main Street. And, we're super excited to have them, and we're gracious that they're wanting to come down to CavernFest and, put their name out here. Of course, everyone knows Noisy Water in this area, but we were just super lucky that they wanted to be a part of it.
So all of this is really made possible in part by the state, right? Because they started the Main Street program, and then we had to apply to be a part of that, right?
So there is a Nationals Main Street program, and then there's our state local program, and it's actually a part of the Economic Development Department, kind of like the creative industries. Nice. It's just another branch of it. So there is things that we have to do to stay in a line and keep our designation. Like, of course, all of our reporting. I do reports quarterly for the Main Street, and then I also do reports for the Arts and Cultural District.
That's right.
So there's two separate reports that we have to do, and then we have a year-end and a semi-annual, and then we have an accreditation meeting, so we have to put everything together that we've done over the past year, and we have those meetings with the New Mexico Main Street program to make sure that we're still in a line with what we need to be doing.
Nice. I've had a pleasure recently of exploring other main streets in the state, and kind of grasping how it's a much bigger program than just locally. I went to the Blues Festival in Silver City, and they have a great Main Street, which I think is something that we're obviously really aspiring to and working toward for Carlsbad. And I think it's important. We have so many people come through from everywhere. And also, it's hard to get here.
It is.
And it's hard to get other places. And so, like, the more we can supply for those visitors right there in our cute little downtown with the only Adobe courthouse in the state, I might add. I think it's really, it's really important to get everybody down there. And then when you have the markets down there as well. So you mentioned, I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. So when you have the markets, do the shops stay open for the Thursday night market, or will they be?
Some of them do, but some of them don't. So with us moving the market down to the Halagunya Arts Park, it makes it a little different because there's not very many storefronts over there, right?
Right.
We still want to support our downtown merchants, but we don't have, most of them are open during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there's actually a story behind most of the merchants being closed on Mondays. If you go downtown on a Monday, it is very quiet.
Ghost town.
It is very quiet, but there's actually a history behind it. I actually had a merchant tell me the story the other day, and that I didn't know, but when they were doing construction on Canal, there was a lot of traffic through there, and so the merchants came together and they were like, okay, let's close down on a Monday and we'll all open on the rest of the days of the week. But again, a lot of the merchants down there, they've been down there for a very long time. We don't have a lot of retail either. So, of course, we want people to open up their storefronts downtown, but we don't have a lot of buildings open either. So just getting with the merchants, and we're about to start what we call merchant meetings. My assistant director, Audra Alvarez, she's going to be starting to head some of the merchant meetings that we're going to hold monthly or quarterly. Well, we're going to talk to the merchants and let them
what
decide
they want to do, right?
Mm-hmm. But we want to get their input and let them tell us their needs, their wants, some of the things that they've seen, because they're going to have some good insight to us because we're a new team, right? And we value their opinion, and we want to do things that are going to help enhance their business, and hopefully these meetings will be a positive thing for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so the CavernFest draws people from the region, right? Not just in town. Do you get to use, or did you apply for lodger's tax to help for the advertising for that?
Yes.
I think that's a cool thing. I wasn't familiar with the whole lodger's tax thing until I moved here. I just wasn't familiar with a lot of things till I lived in a small town.
I agree. I mean, I grew up in a small town just a couple miles down the road in Roswell, and I didn't know about any of this.
Yeah.
I really didn't even know what a Main Street organization was until I moved to Carlsbad. Living in Las Cruces, going to the farmers markets, I didn't know any of it.
Right.
But I have been so lucky to be surrounded by the people I have that have kind of guided me in this direction, and I wouldn't be in the position I am now without them.
Oh, that's so great.
I mean, this community is just so close-knit, and they want everybody to succeed.
Yes.
And it's just beautiful.
I've really loved observing that since moving here, how supportive everybody is of each other's endeavors and really wanting to help lift everybody up. There's so many like community organizations, charitable organizations doing great work here, taking care of people. It's really heartening.
It is. I agree.
I've lived in a lot of big cities where neighborhoods were tight, but you weren't really plugged in. Like you couldn't really get plugged in unless you were political or rich. And here you just have to care and be willing to do some work.
Yep.
And you can find your place, which I really love.
Yeah. We love small businesses. We want more of them. We need them. You're thinking about starting a small business. There's so many opportunities. I mean, the college has things that they can help with.
Oh yeah, we're doing they're doing this year. They've done bilingual business classes for the first time. It's starting, I think, in the fall. It's going to be so cool because obviously we have a very large Spanish-speaking population.
Yes.
And so now and a lot of entrepreneurs. And so they'll be able to get the education they need to make their business better without having to stop and learn
another
language first. And they could use it to help them learn English, right? Because it is taught in both. And so they can take it in Spanish and then also in English. And so it can help them along
and
the way.
vice versa.
Well.
I mean, vice versa.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, there are so many people here that should learn Spanish as well. And me included. We know a little bit and I'm learning more as we go. And so that's very interesting.
Yeah, I took a beginning Spanish at the college last summer. They offered it in the community ed program. And then I took that. And then I've just been doing Duolingo since then.
I love Duolingo. I have it too.
I plugged into, they have Spanish conversation classes up at the college as well.
Oh, that's
and
good
so
to know.
I did that one during the spring, but it was on a Monday and my weekend schedule was such that I kept missing it. Sorry, Ray. But I'm going to start it back up. I think there is one in the summer catalog as well. That is not Ray's class, though. I think that is one of the ESL teachers is teaching English or Spanish for English speakers during the summer.
Wow, that's good to know. I might have to check that out.
Yeah. I think conversation really helps. So I eavesdrop on my coworkers.
Everyone hear that?
Because they switch between English and Spanish a lot.
That's typical.
Yeah. And so I just listen now to see if I can recognize what they're saying. And I'm starting to understand sentences, people. This is pretty exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I do the same. I can pick up on what people are saying, but I have a hard time doing the conjugation back and forth.
Conjugation is hard at speed. I think that's really what it is. It's just the speed of speech is so fast that trying to do the conjugation to figure out who we're talking about takes me a minute.
We, you, me, all of us.
Exactly. But it's kind of elegant once you start really figuring it out. And wow, we're really far afield. So I do that all the time. I'd like to bring us back to CavernFest since it's this weekend. We're going to air this once or twice before then so that everybody knows what's going on. So it starts Friday at what time?
Friday, we actually have our first young local singer start at 1.
Oh, wow.
But there's not really much in between that. And we only have food trucks on Friday. Okay. So she's going to be singing at 1, and then Charlie and the Rangers is singing a little bit later. And then at 6 o'clock is when the headline or the main stage activities will start. Okay. And then we'll be there bright and early the next morning. Things will actually start at 10. Vendors will be open at 10, but we actually have a 5K going on in the early morning.
I saw that.
Yeah, so we have a 5K at 8 a.m. Registration is still open for that. We were very lucky to partner with the local running group, the Road Runners. Nice. That's such a great name for a running group, right?
It's so perfect.
They have been so great to work with. I've been working with Ron and Liz pretty closely this last week, just to nail out anything that was needed, and they're just so great. I mean, and then we're also working with one of our merchants for a yoga class. So at 9 o'clock on Saturday, there'll be a yoga class down there. Oh, very cool. And Desert Days, they're right down the street from us by the courthouse as well. They have done that every year, I think for the last 3 years. So the owner, Talissa, she's awesome. She has been wanting to do this, and she was ready to go. Yeah, whatever you need from us, let's get this done. And we all met, the Roadrunners and Desert Days, we all met last Friday down at the beach, and we kind of had a game plan of how we were going to do it because it's all going to start in the same area. Everything's going to start at the band shell. Okay. Registration was going to be under the pavilion right in front of the band shell. Perfect. They can also get online on the CavernFest page, or if you're in tune with the Roadrunners, they have it linked on their Facebook as well, and they'll be running down all the way down around Lower Tansel and back up. And lovely. It'll end at the new Carlsbad sign that the leadership class put up.
Is that who did that? The leadership class. I saw the picture of that in the paper. I love the new sign. I've also gone and photographed it with the fam. Yay. Of course.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, there was a class. I can't remember if it was, I don't remember which class it was, but there was a class, one of my friends was in that class, and it took years for them to get that done, and they finally completed it even after their leadership class was over. So
that's so great. Follow through.
Yes,
love it.
Love it. So that will be where the race will end, and then people will be able to walk back down towards the beach area.
And that's not far, people.
No, not at all. It's a brisk walk, very fast, and by that time, if people are done, those good runners that are real fast, they'll be done. They can go and be a part of the yoga class, and then the yoga class will be from 9 to 10, and then at 10, everything will open.
Oh, it sounds like a great weekend.
It's going to be amazing. I mean, that downtown, or that down by the beach area, it's beautiful, and the weather is going to be nice. It'll be in the 90s so far. That's what it says right now, but that could change. You never know.
Luckily, we have more trees in that area.
That's been something that the vendors loved. And that was probably another reason why we decided to move it down there is it's hot on the asphalt down in the Main Street district. And if we were to keep it down there, we still wouldn't be able to utilize the courthouse lawn. And that's our green area, right? And so with the unknown, it was just so much easier for us to plan the event down at the beach.
You have to plan months in advance. You need to know when the county was going to start, and it's just like
at least 8 months.
Yeah. So
CavernFest is over, and we're already starting to plan the next year.
I love that. That's the way to do it, because then you're on top of your game. You've got the things you wish could have gone better this year that you can then go with next year. And I'm not trying to curse your event. Like we all know that events happen, and there's always room for improvement. Exactly. And so it's really great that you're like immediately back to work. I love that.
Yeah. We have a lot of things going on in between it, but that'll be slowly starting at least a couple months after CavernFest this year. We'll start talking about things. We always have a follow-up meeting. What went good? What didn't? What should we change? Just to write down our ideas so we don't forget them while they're fresh in our mind. But CavernFest is one of the many things that we do. Of course, it's the biggest, but we do the Fall Festival as well, and that's for children to be able to trick or treat in a safe area and
that's
go
fun.
visit
We
all
did
the
that
downtown
last year.
merchants, and then we played movies at the Cavern Theater. So we're really hoping that we can keep that going, even though we don't have the courthouse lawn. We're going to just shift.
Yeah. I thought you did a really great job for Creative Con of setting up the outdoor eating space in the parking lot on the side, and with the tents. That was really well done.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what we've been doing is utilizing that parking lot. Again, partnerships. C&B Bank, they have been so kind to us to allow any event to use their parking lot if it's after hours. As long as we have that ATM line open, we're good to go. And they've been great. And so we utilize part of our parking lot. Like this past weekend, we had 2 food trucks in there.
Nice.
For the Friday night for American Graffiti, we had food trucks. And so we utilize that space for our events. We keep the road open, get people driving by, see what's going on, and hopefully we get some new people to come visit us.
And you do a lot of catered events as well, not just bringing in the food trucks like you are at this current thing. So, I'm pretty sure that
PJ&B's, their catering company, they did the Creative Con.
Yeah, I thought so, because it's really important that we're supporting the brick and mortar, of course,
yes.
And that's the main point of CavernFest is to support those brick and mortar places downtown. But at the same point, a lot of our residents are food truckpreneurs.
Yep.
And I'm glad that we're also supporting them.
Well, and that could just be a stepping stone as well, right?
Exactly.
They start the food truck. They do successful, kind of like El Charo, right? They started as a food truck, and now look at them.
I couldn't believe that when I heard that. We love El Charo. And I don't get any sponsorships. I should mention that we're not. I just like talking about good food. And we started with their Palateria, the ice cream, and I had the funniest learning Spanish moment there, because I wanted to say I want to pay my check, but I used the wrong vowel pronunciation, so I think I threatened to hit her. And she looked at me like what? And I was like, pagar.
Oh.
It was really funny. But they're super supportive of my attempt, which I really appreciated. And the kiddo loves the superhero ice cream. in the primary colors. And so, it's just a great place. And then I hear that my husband has lunch there regularly in his work day. And so it's just a family thing. We all go there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I also wanted to mention for CavernFest, since we have the stuff in the morning and we have things going on down at the beach area all day on Saturday, we're also going to be showing movies at the theater.
Oh, great.
Right?
I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
So what are we playing this weekend?
The Patriot.
Oh, nice.
That will be on Saturday. It is a good movie.
It's a little intense, but it's a very good movie.
So that'll be something that'll be able to be played 2 and 6 on Saturday.
Perfect.
History moment. They actually used to coin the theater as the cool cavern theater because back in the day, it was the place where in the summers everyone went to cool down. Right? They didn't have air conditioning in homes, and so they would go to the theater and they would cool off.
I basically did the same thing growing up in Florida, where we would go to the movies during the day because it was too hot. So I love that, the cool cavern theater.
So if you need a break from what's going on down at the beach, you can head over to the Cavern Theater and watch a movie.
I love that. That's so great. And it is a really good movie, The Patriot. I was sad to miss Atlantis last weekend.
Oh, I know.
I loved that you were showing that. And that one's a weird one as far as the whole Disney oeuvre because it doesn't have music. It was their first animated movie that wasn't a musical. And I think ultimately found that's less popular for them. But I love the quality of that movie.
And did you know that was some of the artwork in that was based off the caverns? That's why we played it last week.
Oh my gosh.
Because of Cave Week. Last week was Cave Week.
I love that. I didn't realize that. But it kind of makes sense thinking about it. That I love
some
that.
of the graphics.
Yeah. Now I want to go back and watch it.
Yeah. You'll have to. It's a good one.
Yeah. I missed it at the theater, but I have the DVD.
Not the VHS.
No, I don't even actually watch the DVDs much anymore, but I've been breaking them out recently because it's like
good.
I have 4 sleeves of them. Most of them are Disney. I'm just going to admit it.
My parents still have all of our VHS.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we have a bunch of them. I refuse to throw them out. Someday we'll break out a player and we'll watch movies from that.
Right. I mean, if they're playing, they're playing. So going back to it. So the local church is sponsoring the Tabernacle. Is that like a Fathom event, or is that just a separate thing that they're doing through
They wanted the community to be able to experience something like that. So they reached out to us and asked about renting the theater and wanted it to be a community event for anyone in the community to be able to watch that.
That is so cool.
And it plays right into our arts and cultural district. I mean, we want to be able to support events like that.
Absolutely. Are there many main streets that also overlap with arts and cultural districts?
Yeah, there are actually. In our state, we have quite a few. And there are also a few that have rehabilitated theaters as well.
Nice.
You might have saw one.
Oh, yes. I did see the theater in Silver City. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it was really adorable, actually. Because I love the look of old theaters. I love that AMC donated the Land, Sun, and Artesia to the city there. Yes. I hope that they can do something similar to what we've done with the Cavern.
I agree. I'm so happy that that's a new trend going on in the state. It's not new. It's been happening for years, but it's so neat, so that it's continuing. I mean, I grew up going to a little theater in Clayton, New Mexico called the Luna, and they redid that one.
Oh, that's
My
so great.
family's from Clayton, so I remember going there. I remember going to the movie theater in Artesia. I had aunts that lived there, so it's really neat to see some of these theaters being redone. And again, the theater in Silver City is ran by a Main Street organization as well.
Yeah, and it is beautiful. I had the best time there. I'm going to do a little weekend wanderer segment about it in the next couple of weeks on Midweek Matters because it is drivable. It's like 5.5 hours, but it's still drivable from here, so it meets my qualifications for a weekend wanderer. And so I have some, but normally I just write about like where we went and like what you can do. But I have pictures and interviews with some vendors while I was there. So it'll be a little more of a segment than I normally do because I fell in love with the Main Street ultimately is what happened. I was just wandering around. And so I started talking to them. Like there was a pop-up food vendor. He wasn't a truck. He just had a tent and like set up his portable grills and stuff like that. And it was amazing. And it was just so great to be able to wander around and do that. And I'm going to make more a point of doing that on the weekends when we have the farmer and makers market, of wandering around and checking out the shops that are open, because we got to support each other and support our Main Street so that it can be all that it can be.
Yes, we have a lot going on here, and it's the support from people like you and in the community that make our livelihood successful, right? All of the merchants and all of the vendors that come and set up. I mean, we love to have people down there. They love to meet new people, and I mean, it's networking as well, right?
Absolutely.
You get to experience something different that you may not experience on a typical day. They don't get to set up. They don't have a storefront, and so the farmers and makers markets is the perfect location for that.
Yeah, and we get a little extra shade this year, so let's enjoy that. Yes. But make sure we still wander over to our shops.
Yes.
Very important. And they have stuff going on all the time. Like,
the Area Arts Association, the Artist Gallery, they've been doing a lot of things recently. The Art Walks. Yeah. They do art walks once a month. They have one coming up at the end of this month, the week after CavernFest, that Friday. They'll have an art walk.
I got to get that on my calendar.
Yeah, go down there. They'll have some vendors set up in the Artist Gallery, and then you'll be able to walk around the district and get stamps. And if you get all of the stamps on their passport, then you get entered into a raffle.
Oh, I love that. I always love doing that because it's like such a quest, It becomes like a quest. It's like, I must get all those stamps.
Yes, you have to find the last one.
So that'll be really fun. And I know also that the Hannah was in last week or the week before from the
coalition.
The coalition, and that they'll be doing some sort of scavenger hunt like thing in the coming weeks that will incorporate areas of town as well. And so I'm looking forward to that quest too, because I love a quest.
Definitely, and things coming up too. There's partnerships there with the theater as well. So we have.
Oh, good.
We have some things going on.
I know that was something that she was hoping for, but could not report back at the time.
Yep. Hopefully, the conversations have begun.
I love that. I'm so glad to hear that. So, is there anything else that we have not covered that we need to cover about Main Street or CavernFest?
I don't think so. I think we've covered about everything. I'm just really looking forward to everyone coming out to the beach this weekend and having a good time, listening to some good music and enjoying a good weekend out down by the river.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Denise. I appreciate you.
Yes, Hattie, it's always great. I appreciate you having me.
You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.